what are the best mods for the 3G? Turbo, 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 because they make cool noises.
I'm the type of dude who will not remain nameless. I'm the type of dude who is headed for greatness. I'm the type of dude who could really make changes. Cause I'm the type of dude that's becoming contagious. I'm the type of dude that will always be ageless. I'm the type of dude that will always feel shameless. I'm the type of dude that they say is fucking heinous. Cause I'm the type of dude that you know is fucking dangerous.
What's up guys, T-Croc here, welcome to the vlog. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time, and it is the top 5 mods that I personally think I would recommend for the 3G. Now, where did this video come about? A lot of people come to my channel and always ask me questions of, hey, I just bought this car and I would like to start modding it, where should I start? So a lot of people always recommend intake, exhaust, yada, yada, yada. Personally, on this top 5 list, I am not recommending intake or exhaust, and I'll explain why. So the first mod that I'll actually recommend for anybody that's buying a 3G is maintenance. I don't care what they said they replaced. Personally, I'm the type of guy that if you told me you replaced them, I'm gonna go back and check to make sure you placed it. So when I talk about maintenance, this video is kind of gonna gear towards the V6, but you can apply these same concepts to a 4-banger. So for the V6, spark plugs, valve cover gaskets because they leak oil, spark plug wires, timing belt, power steering belt, all that stuff. Check your fluids, make sure those are good. I would actually, even if you check them and they look good, I would just change them out anyway. Change out your brake fluid, transmission fluid, diff fluid, all that. Just change it. Make sure you start with something fresh. Oil change, everything, start with fresh fluids. Coolant, flush it, put some new coolant in. Now, I'm going to group this in, but just check your bushings because a lot of guys don't replace them. They maybe the engine mounts they replace, but if you think about suspension bushings and stuff like that, they will get pretty old and brittle, and you have to replace them. Energy suspension pro thing, they make replacements. Now they're a pain in the ass to install because you have to press them out and then you have to cut the outer ring and then press the new ones in. But highly recommend actually just replacing those as well. I'm gonna put that under the maintenance category. Why I recommend maintenance number 1 is because a lot of guys get the car and they start adding mods to it and it doesn't start performing right and they already have a check engine light or something like that. And it's always something simple. Like I get a lot of people saying, hey, my car is running a little bit weird. You think I should get it tuned? No. You need to make sure that everything else is good, because I will tell you, one bad spark plug is a misfire and you'll be chasing it. So on the subject of tuners or tuning, I would recommend a tune. Now, this one is the controversial one where, all right, I'm talking about mods best bang for your buck. So if you buy intake or exhaust, okay, that's probably like 10 horsepower to the wheels, just give or take. But these cars from the factory come with a very, very rich tune because it's just a safety net so you don't blow the motor. Now, I will recommend AP Tune right now because Cody right now is not tuning. He actually agrees with me on this, that you will make more power if he tunes your car stock versus you throwing an intake and exhaust on it. I would go to this page, Facebook page. I'll throw up some links and stuff like that. Give him a call or message him. I don't think he has an Instagram. Actually, I'll tell him to maybe start an Instagram or more social media platforms so people can reach him. Definitely recommend the tune. But there's a controversy. So if you think you're going to be doing intake, exhaust, headers, and all that stuff, I would recommend not getting a tune stock, or maybe talk with AP Tune because maybe he'll cut you a deal. Like he'll tune your car stock and you can get some horsepower. And while you add the mods to it, he can retune it. Maybe he can cut you a deal. Now that's just something you're gonna have to discuss with him and just tell him your overall goals and mods. So if you plan on turbo in your car, then maybe tuning a stock 3G is not the best route. Maybe you should collect all your turbo parts, then get a tune. This is why I don't put intake and exhaust on this list, because great, it sounds great and all that stuff, but if we're talking about horsepower, a tune will trump those 2 mods. Now to number 3, I would recommend coilovers or some kind of suspension. Now you can get upgraded springs like IBOC and some KYB struts, but a lot of people want to go a little bit lower than what the springs actually offer, so that's why I recommend coilovers. Now, I'm going to just say this right now. I don't recommend max speed or Godspeed or all those bullshit coilovers because they're crap. I actually drove in a car that had them and it just bounces all over the car. So I recommend getting some good quality coilovers. Now, I'm not saying you can go out and spend, 2K on some JICs or anything like that, but you can buy BC's K Sport D2 and they're affordable. Megan Racing even has a cheaper option, which is a little bit better than the Godspeed and Max Speed coilovers, but personally, I'm a little bit biased of actually owning Megan Racing and then switching over to BC. BC beats Megan Racing. So with the coilovers, just remember once you lower the car, you're gonna have to get an alignment. So get a camber kit, Eibach, Ingalls. I don't know if Ingalls still makes them, but definitely get a rear camber kit. Sometimes you can get away with just using the stock bolts to adjust the front. But if you want, just get Ingalls or any of the camera kits. And sometimes with the rear, you don't have to buy a rear camera kit and you can do some kind of spacers or something like that, along with lowering the car and getting it aligned properly so you don't burn out your tires. I would recommend a nice set of wheels and a nice set of tires. Lowering the 3G and putting a nice set of wheels is a game changer for it. It makes it look so much better because the height of the 3G is just super tall. So when you lower it to a nice level, or you can slam it, whatever your preference. Nice set of wheels makes it look great. And the last mod that I will cover for my top 5 is, and I've made a video of this in the past, is the LSD. Hands down, it's probably one of the best mods you can do for the 3G, especially from a performance related aspect. It's a hit or miss. Sometimes they're selling them, sometimes they're not. I've seen a couple used and people who bought them and just trying to they're selling them brand new in the box. It's just they bought it and they're not going to use it, or they sold the 3G or something like that. I've seen a lot of people post them for sale, so they go for $1,000. Brand new, maybe 1,200. I will still recommend O-Star Motorsports because I believe they still can get those in stock. And the last time I checked, they had a few in stock. Those are my top 5. Like I said, it's probably going to be controversial to a lot of people because some people will recommend intake, exhaust, rear sway bar. The rear sway bar is actually a good mod to do as well. But I'm just thinking in my mind of what would be the best bang for your buck, because the intake system on the 3G, stock 3G, is actually pretty good. It's the filter that's pretty bad. It actually is, it ducts cool air. If you look how the system is designed, it ducts cool air from the outside. And you can basically, if you switch out to a K&N filter, it's going to perform very well. Exhaust. Now, once you start getting more power, you need to have a little bit more flow, because honestly, there's a lot of guys who run the Fed spec manifolds and basically run that at the track. So the stock exhaust system is not restrictive at all. It flows pretty good. Now, if you just want something for sound, then of course get an exhaust. But that's why I'm just thinking best bang for your buck. Like, there's no real big horsepower gains from this intake or exhaust. Now, when you combine all the mods, intake, exhaust, headers, intake, manifold, throttle body, and the tune, yes, those all together with the tune is a good investment. What do you guys think? You think this list is not good? What do you think your top 5 mods would be? Like I said, there are plenty of mods, but in my mind, I'm thinking, what's the best bang for your buck that you're going to get the most gains out of? And maintenance is number 1. Now, the rest of the ranking doesn't come in like prioritized, but number 1 is maintenance. Maintenance, hands down. You will be surprised how much like power people lose from a bad spark plug, or getting oil, into the spark plug tubes because their gaskets are bad. In the comments, what do you guys think? I'm not sure when the next video will be because, like I said, I'm starting school again the following week. I'll probably throw some more of the 3G shout-out related videos. I do have some people in mind that I've seen that I want to do. But that's it, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.